Happy Thursday, everybody. Hey, Chad, how are you doing today? And we are back for some more live streaming here on Amazing ATS. My name is Coda, and today we are in the Freightliner FLD 120. This is the truck that I drove back when I drove these things in the late 90s. Right now we are sitting here at Chevron in Phoenix, and we are going to be going over to BNSF Railroad in Fresno. So without any further waiting, we're going to climb into the truck today and get our butts moving. But once we do get into the truck, I do got to make a change. Currently, the truck is set up with a 13-speed transmission. I have not changed my MegaShifter as of yet over to a 13-speed. So I'm just going to double check here on the diagnostics, make sure I do have a 13 in there. We're going to get that changed, and then we're going to get on the road. And how is everybody's Thursday going so far? What do we got here? No, that says an Eaton Fuller 18. Okay, maybe that was the other Cascadia that I was going to be driving. But anyways, I just wanted to double check, so I do know I'm already set for an 18. So let's just double check here. 8 high. There we go. All right. Yep, we are set and ready to go. And it would help if you released the parking brake, Coda. Hey, Junior, how are you doing today? Right now we are in Phoenix. Our first load is going over to, not Fresno, but Oxnard. We're just doing something very, very simple today. I haven't drove this truck in a while, so I wanted to climb back in it. Is everybody having a good Thursday so far? Oh, we do have a hazmat sticker on there, so I guess when we get over to Oxnard, we better be stopping at the railroad tracks. Hey, James, how are you doing this Thursday? Oh, we're doing good. I had a nice little cortisone injection this morning on my knee. Thank God they numbed it, otherwise it would have hurt like a SOB. But definitely my knee pain is nowhere close to what it used to be. Hey, Ghost, how are you doing? I was going to do Covenant Transport today in the FLD, downloaded the skin from the Steam Workshop, and all of a sudden I look in the mirrors and I am seeing the template. Now, the pictures of that don't have a template in it, but apparently that was made on the template for the first version of this truck, not the 2.0. So in order to do that, either I'm gonna have to remake the skin, or we're just gonna ignore the green tint that you'll see in the mirrors, and if I happen to go to the overhead camera. Hey Martin, how are you doing today? No, because when I clicked on the link to take me to that group page, it says I am not able to access it. Was that the Mod Nation group or something like that? Yeah, well, I didn't want cortisone, and when I talked to the doctor this morning, he gets my insurance denied Synvisc 1. Apparently the doctor didn't send over all the information and the previous knee injection that I had. So I filed a grievance against my insurance company. That hearing is on August 7th. I'm just going to call in. I'm not driving my butt down to Pittsburgh in order to do that. And since I'm appealing that, the doctor said he gets one sample every quarter. He said he's going to save one for me. So hopefully everything will work out here in the end. Kenworth98, how are you doing today? And underneath the hood, we do have a Detroit diesel, 515 horsepower. JR, I would recommend getting Creechbaum's 2.7 sounds instead of just a single engine. No, you shouldn't need a shifter for it. You would want to select that engine. And yes, I know I am late today starting streaming. For some odd reason, the sound decided to go out on my computer, so I had to get that fixed very quickly. And then as I was doing that, Windows goes, oh, hey, you got a cumulative update. Let's download and install it. So that took another 10 minutes. And it is so good to be back in the FLD, though. Definitely takes me back to my days as a driver. Hey, Sundry, how are you doing this fine Thursday? Whoa, Coda, that was a little quick. Good thing you didn't tip over the tanker, because that would have been a really big mess. Oh, which group was it, Martin? And Diamond, how are you doing today? Thanks for joining the live stream. No, I did not put the custom shifter in. We just got the stock shifter in the truck today. We are doing fantastic. And yes, I know I said we. I should have said I. I'm just so used to saying we. Yeah, I was wondering what that was at first, and it's like, oh, that's his Wi-Fi router. We are driving the Freightliner FLD 120. I'm back in the 90s. This is the truck that I drove out in the real world. The only difference being right now I am in a raised roof sleeper. The truck that I drove was a flat top. And one of the other differences, this truck I've got a 515 horsepower Detroit Series 15 engine. The truck that I drove was a 425 Cat. Hey, DeWan, how are you doing today? I'm doing awesome. Now, that cord isn't fraying or anything like that, is it, Martin? Because I noticed that you had it tacked down to the floor. there was discussion at one point about bringing it out for console along with Euro Truck Simulator 2, but those are... I don't believe it's ever going to happen. You don't need a beefy system to run this either. The only thing I will recommend is not to use integrated graphics, like the, well, even the new Ryzen, like the 1600 or, not the 16, the 2600, the 2700, since those have a Vega chip in there, you can use the APU that is on those chips. However, anything Intel based, do not even try to use the integrated graphics. Dedicated graphics card wise, minimum I would recommend would be like a 1050 Ti. If you can get a 3GB 1060, that's even better. And on the AMD side, you would probably either want a 470 or a 560 starting out with. And that's the RX 470 or RX 560. Yes, there is, Callum. I did see that. There's also another one that's going to be going onto Android and iOS devices that I know about. I saw it on YouTube the other day, but I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing today? As long as that's not through the insulation on that cord, Martin, you'll be fine. However, if it is through the insulation, replace it. And what I did, I've got the modem and router in my room, and I've got a cable running over to my mom's off of the router. I went to Lowe's and bought a cable raceway. It was like maybe $7, and I have that out in the hallway with a rug covering it. But that way, of course, you're not going to get any fraying or tearing. And no, I am not missing my exit. I'm not going through that little town there. We're going to go up here, hit I-5. Even though this is a touch longer, it's quicker. Hey, Mike, how are you doing today? What's up? Takes a look outside. Looks like we got the sun, the clouds. Not raining as of yet. Yeah, this is the truck that I drove when I was over the road back in the late 90s. We've got a set of 330s on the rear. I'm sure the hell hoping we don't dog going up this grade up here. 515 horsepower. The load weighs 33,000. It's in that iffy part. Whenever I had a load that was anywhere from, say, like 21 to 34, 35,000, my truck would not pull worth a damn. Hey, Miles, almost 1100, keep on trucking. Yeah, there's very little freight that goes out of Reading. Most of when I was up there, it's been out of the Gallon or the Chevron, if you're running a real company mod. Roger that, Martin. And the exact error was that the content was not available right now on a white screen. When I searched that error, no one gave a clear, concise answer as to why people get that error either. Oh, we're just grabbing gears and hauling freight, Miles. And I do need to make one adjustment here. My brake is way too sensitive. Didn't even touch it, but we're going to go here to controls. And where the heck is it? Steering sensitivity, that's supposed to be all the way that way. Keys and buttons, nope. Gameplay, that's where we were supposed to be. And yeah, my brake it just feels very, very sensitive. We're just going to turn that down a little bit. We definitely don't want to be stopping on a dime or anything like that. I want this as close to the real world as possible. As far as I know, it's still on the marketplace. Marketplace, the workshop. I'm thinking of another game. Yep, I missed that just a little bit, and I definitely don't like going over that curb there, but I don't have a choice in order to get into this spot. Let's see if that will take it. No, because I'm like royally missing that. Holy shnikes. Not perfect, but we're gonna take it. Alright, let's see where we're gonna go. That's actually good. Let's go up to Winnemucca. I have not been there in a while. We're just going to run up the 101 to get to Texaco up there. That was the next time that I do Can of Dream. I just love when the AI do that. You pull up to let them go so you don't have to stop, and then all of a sudden they stop to let you go. Doesn't make sense. Hey George, how are you doing today? We have no no train horns today. We are just running the regular Fred horns. Ah, now which tanker should I choose? We just did Sinclair. Let's see. Screw it. Let's go ahead and put a Love's trailer behind us. We are hauling diesel, as a matter of fact, and a lot of truckers do stop at Love's to get their fuel. Man, this thing is like backing up in the W900. I cannot see beyond the sleeper. Yep, totally missed a kingpin. And in case you guys were wondering if this truck is cable ready, there you go. And it is available on the Steam Workshop. No, I'm just going to cities that I haven't been to in a while. So we went to Oxnard, which is where we're at, and now we're on our way up to Winnemucca. Miles, unfortunately, I don't know if this Sissel's Trailer Pack USA has a flying hook trailer or not. I didn't even look. We may have to do a kamikaze run here in order to get our butts out. And there's a little lane there in order to merge, but that's definitely not enough to get in front of how fast the traffic is moving. And right after this drive-in, we're going to go and we're going to mash it. Because the 131 update for the Classic was only a dealer fix. They did not update the truck. Nothing else changed in it except that you're able to use it on 1.31. And that's just a simple .sii file fix. One second here. Let's go into the trailer browser. Let's go for diesel, not a gooseneck. What are we looking for? Fuel tank. And let's see. Schneider, BP, Sinclair, Sissel's plane, Schneider, plane, Chevron, Shell. Okay, and it looks like it does. I didn't see it in here, but it might be in one of these other ones. They're probably all the same. I can't remember if Sissel did add the flying hook into his mod or not. The Real Company Trailer Pack version 2.5, if you run that with a Real Company mod, you get double trailer skins. Since we're running the 101 up to 88, I believe we might be going across the Golden Gate Bridge. Nope, we are just running the regular stock shifter today. This 101 is going to be a sweet ride once Oregon gets released, because it's going to go all the way from Los Angeles up to, oh, what's that town? It is going to be in Oregon. They did confirm it. It was the town that was used in Goonies, Astoria. It's going to and then it will continue into Washington once Washington gets released. That has been confirmed by SCS, so that is going to be one heck of a drive once we get Oregon. Well, the one that I drove wasn't overly loud. Not all of them were, no. You also have to remember, George, we're limited by the mod in the game. There's no support in this truck for Creech Bomb engines. You're using what is included in the mod. And if I had my choice, I would throw a N14 in this, but well, don't have it. Oh, I'm so gonna be screwed if the granny lane is closed. Yep, well, we're gonna get in front of this bus, that's for sure. Oh, it's having us cut off here over to the 5. Darn it, I thought we were going to go up the 101 the whole way. Well, straight pipes would make a difference. Does anyone know what they call this road? We're on the California 152. Anyone know what they call this between the 5 and the 101? There is a specific name for this road. I have mentioned it on my stream before. Anyone want to take a wild guess? It's called the Ho Chi Minh Trail in the real world, and the reason it's called that is that there is a ton of accidents on that road. Yep, way to go, Coda. Nearly missed your exit because you're not paying attention. I'll have to look for that. Thanks, Martin. By chance, is it Wilson's engine mods, engine sound mod? Nope. We gotta go 80, so we're not even moving. this should be 2 lanes that go over into 80, I believe. Nope. Wrong again, Coda. The Volvos back in the day were on the quieter side. They weren't dead silent, but they were probably one of the more quieter trucks. The loudest ones, of course, were the W900 and the 379. I do have Discord, I barely use it. Wow, almost gave that four-wheeler a nice big old Freightliner tattoo. Roger that, Martin. We've got a load of diesel on the back. The trailer is a Love's, and this is part of Sissel's Trailer Pack USA. Now, I had the doubles, triples, and takers endorsement back when I drove. Never ended up using any of those. Yeah, a good majority of my career was pulling skateboards. I would say like the last couple of years, though, I did pull dry van. Screw you, Nevada. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. This was as a matter of fact when I was pulling dry van. I was leased on to, well, the company I was working for was leased on to Schneider at the time, and we were pulling out of Procter & Gamble in Mahoopany, PA. Picked up my trailer, did the pre-trip on the trailer, and I don't know who had the trailer before me, but I had to red tag the trailer because the cords were showing through on 3 of the 8 tires. And I'm even surprised a yard jockey didn't pick that up, but of course, they just took to the trailer and take it to a door. They're not inspecting the trailers at all. I have no idea, George. Yeah, that's pure laziness. Once I called Schneider and got onto their safety, I was maybe about 20 miles away from a truck stop from where Mahoopany, and then you go down into Scranton. There's a petrol there. So basically they just said, take it to the petrol, we'll give you a PO, get those tires fixed so you can get your load delivered. And that's exactly what I did. The funny part was we actually had to do 4 tires, so we took off, and this was in order to prevent uneven wear. So if they would have put all 4 tires on either the driver or passenger side on the trailer, the trailer would have been pretty much tracking the way it wasn't supposed to be. So it was either going to pull to the left or to the right. So we had to do 4, and then we put the older tires on the front axle, and then we put the new tires on the back. Yep, totally agree. I gave him the trailer number. I don't know what happened to the other driver, but they were able to find who had it last. And apparently he didn't pre-trip the trailer, just hooked to it and then went. And he's lucky he didn't have a blowout, because a trailer isn't so bad. It's just going to pretty much screw up the mud flaps, and if you're lucky, it won't touch the ICC bar. But oh my, I was at that petrol for probably 2.5 hours, no big deal, waiting for the trailer to get fixed. Now, for those of you who are not truck drivers, and if you work for a company and you need to get anything fixed on the road, the company will give you what's called a PO, or a purchase order. And that way then the garage will bill the company for it, and the company already has record of the PO, and that's the way it works. I mean, it's not going to be out of your pocket. would be really nice though is all these rest areas on the interstates, we don't deliver any fuel to them. It would be awesome if we start delivering fuel to them. I mean, it doesn't make sense how they're always have fuel no matter what. Never did. I don't think I watched that episode, Martin. I've watched a few of his videos, but nothing on a regular basis. Probably not, because I don't know a damn thing about cars, and those drivers, they do more than just drive trucks. Yeah, we are not going to be pulling another tanker out of Winnemucca here, but where the heck can we go? Let's check and see if there are any triples. These loads, of course, would be staying in Nevada, so they're going to be short trips. And no triples, go figure. Oh, I am going to take an external contract, though I do want to get down around in here, so either Las Vegas or Prim. If there are any, of course. Well, there's Kingman. I guess we can go down to Kingman. They both pay the same? Nah, we're going to go for the hour and a half. Yeah, that's why. That is what we would call a hot load. So we do have an hour and a half in order to get down to Kingman and drop off this load of gravel. Gotta love it when a Smokey Bear pulls out in front of you. Hey Thomas, thank you so much for that subscribe. We are in the Freightliner FLD 120 today. If you do want this truck, Thomas, it is available on the Steam Workshop. All you got to do is search Freightliner FLD, that's D like David, 120, and then the truck itself is labeled as Freightliner FLD 120 2.0. Well, I do run, oh, geez. I do, with the SES 389s, I do have an accessory mod from Pete 379 JP to dress those trucks up in. And then I'm also running Vipers 2 Peterbilt Modified, which is a 389 379. Hell no, crikey, I couldn't see myself in Australia. And yes, that was a horrible, horrible impression. Just so you guys know, we are not going to be able to hit 70 on this road, but that is unless we're doing a Georgia overdrive. But we are on an external contract, so we are pretty much locked to 65 miles per hour. And for fuel savings, we're just going to go to 8 high. We're going to run around at 1250, 1300 RPM. And it definitely should be a fuel saver. Yeah, Thomas, I do know that. I actually have Tom Dooley's edited Aerodeath Volvo. The word is that Aerodeath is done modding, so Tom Dooley's is going to be the last update to that truck. And then Frank Peru's models, they are utterly ridiculous. They will destroy even my computer, because every single texture that he uses is 4096 by 4096. If you do want to run Tom Dooley's mod, what I do suggest is go to the SCS forums, click American Truck Simulator, then click on mods, then go underneath models, then click trucks. You're going to go search for Aerodeath VNL 670, and then go to page, I believe, 162, and you will find the download link right there for the updated VNL 670. Trailer cables do work on it. I have the truck in the game. Yeah, you want to hear the Jake from the outside, George? no word on why he quit. Exoman, how are you doing today? Thanks for joining the live stream. I probably should have threw a cat into this to make this more like the FLD that I drove, but since Freightliner and Daimler now owns Detroit Diesel, I put one of those underneath the hood. Oh, I'm using the engines that come with this, George. Are you running an engine mod for the 120? I am doing awesome this Thursday evening. Oh, and just to let you guys know, for those who are here, Sundays are for trucking this week. I will not be doing that. So our county fair is starting on Sunday, and I am going to be over there all day long. So no Sundays are for trucking this week. That would be the 4900. What I do hope, once SCS gets a license for Western Star, the first truck that I do hope that they release is the 5700, because that thing is, I love the look of it. And it's got aerodynamic, it looks awesome. And then we'll probably see Optimus Prime skins for it left and right. Oh yeah, this is a truck you can either put a Detroit Cat or a Comma part in. I wouldn't mind seeing an SCS version of that either. The 4900 that is on the workshop, that is using a dash from another truck. I started out with a keyboard and mouse NASM, and then about 2 weeks later, then I went out and got my wheel. Yeah, you can definitely still have a lot of fun with the keyboard and mouse. Just definitely with the keyboard and mouse, you don't have fine control over like the gas or the brake. So when you step on the gas, it's full throttle. You step on the brake and it's all the way to the floor. And just a word of caution, so you will stop quickly, and then with your turning, it's either fully left or fully right. what Pavel said during the SCS live stream is over the next 18 to 24 months, it is a goal of SCS to have all 7 manufacturers in the game. The first license that they said that they had, they mentioned during the ETS2 live stream, and then when they did SCS, they did confirm there was a second license that was signed. These days when diesel is running 350 plus a gallon, yeah, you better have an aerodynamic truck. Why do you think all the mega carriers, Schneider, Werner, and Swift and all them, why do they use aerodynamic trucks? You don't see any company truck from a mega carrier that's running a W900 or a 389. It's because of aerodynamics. The less they spend on fuel, the more money they're gonna make. Welcome back, Diamond. And there's a hill coming up. I'm not gonna be taking the chance. We are getting 2 new trucks. Not so sure about the brands, as Pavel did say that one of the trucks that we are getting is already from a brand that they've got a license to. So those 2 trucks, say for example they've got the new licenses from Daimler and Freightliner, they could add the Cascadia, the original one that was modeled back in 2016, and they could add the Cascadia Evolution. Western, they all run Freightliner Cascadias. Alright, I'm going to give you an example here, George. Say you're an owner-operator, you're running a 379. Hey, Banana, how are you doing today? So, you've got a contracted load that's going to run 500 miles. And say that that company is going to pay you, I'm going to just even this off, at $2 a mile. So, there's $1,000 for that run. Now you've got to add in your vehicle expenses off of that. Say you're running at a quarter tank, you're running 300-gallon tanks. It's going to take you 250 gallons at $3.50 a gallon to fill up. I don't have a calculator up, but I can get that on my phone, and then you're going to say, oh yeah, fuel economy is going to be really important for an owner-operator. So right now I'm opening up the calculator here on my phone. So in order to fuel up with diesel, George, that's going to cost you $875. I mean, granted, not all of that $875 is just from that one trip, because you can easily run 500 miles and use about a quarter tank of fuel. But still, you're going to add that up. You're probably going to be fueling up every other day if you're an owner-operator. So you've got to figure, if you're spending anywhere from $800 to $1,000 to fill up your tanks, you better hope that you are getting quite a good kick for your route money, because otherwise you will bankrupt yourself. What are you running the demo, Banana? Yeah, those are owner-operators. Now, granted, their runs are probably... They're running basically between, we're going to say... I'm going to use Indiana as an example. They're going to run from Indianapolis to a drop point inside Ohio. They're going to pick up from that drop yard, then run back to Indianapolis. So basically, they're doing shorter hauls, and then other people are picking up those loads to get them across. So you're not having a owner-operator for FedEx. They're not doing 2,000-mile trips. Yeah, back in the day, fuel costs were so much lower. These days, with diesel running on average $3.50 a gallon, and most of the trucks are anywhere from $2.50 to $300 gallon for the tanks, and that's like $150 or $125 or another $150 on the passenger side. It's all down to aerodynamics these days. I'll keep an eye on the Steam store, Banana. The next time ATS goes on sale, it's probably going to be dropping to like $5. And thank you so much for that, host. I do appreciate it. And being behind Swift, all I gotta say is, once we get down to Kingman, I'm gonna say, stop worrying, it's finally there. Right now we've got a load 38,500 pounds worth of gravel on the wagons, and we do have a set of doubles behind us. Well, if you downloaded it off a crack website, Black, you are not going to be able to update it. That is, unless someone posts another cracked version. It's not impossible, but you definitely, there's things that you can do. Yep, I am, Thomas. Right now, we are in Tonopah, Nevada. The base game does not look like this. I am running a mod called Tonopah Reworked. Full version does not have supported multiplayer. However, Truckers MP is a hack that does allow multiplayer. That is Tonopah, George. You're asking the wrong guy. I've been out of the game for more than 10 years, remember? Okay, now it's working. Why wasn't working in game? That's weird. Still working? Yep, okay. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I'm sitting here trying to talk and I looked over and didn't see my volume bar going up on my mic. And help with what, Martin? Now, does your transmission have a retarder? but the transmission is does not have a retarder on it, correct? Now, when you have your cruise control on, if you're, depending on what you have, you can either set it for like 0, 2, or 5 miles per hour for the variants. If you have a retarder and you run your cruise control and the jake brake is on, the retarder is going to come on before the jake brake. So like right now you're wondering, Martin, I'm going downhill, my jake brake is running, I've got the cruise control on. Is that what you're trying to get your truck to do? Hey, Pirate Gaming, how are you doing today? As for me, what's up? Looks like it's getting dark outside, but we got some clouds, the moon's starting to rise. No rain, thank God. Yeah, what you want to do, Martin, make sure that your transmission doesn't have a retarder on it, and then if you have it set for 0, 2, or 5 miles an hour, once you get that much above the speed limit with cruise on, then your jake brake will kick on. That's a sweet phone, Pirate. How are you liking it? if this is the place I think it is, we're going to have to turn around in order to get into here. Oh, good. We're going the right way. Thank goodness. Martin, you're trying to get the Jake to come on as you're going down a hill, so you don't need to step on the brake, pretty much, right? Yeah, you're going to want to run a transmission without a retarder. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Schneider eggs, you guys are going bye-bye. Otherwise, I'm not going to get in here. Am I in here? Nope, not even remotely close. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah, we are going to jackknife going back here. We're going to jackknife going back here. I got a very good feeling. Right now, I'm just idling back and seeing what the heck we can do here. Yep, there it goes, just as I thought. And this is not going to work. I'm hoping to get turned around here, then at least go back and try this again. Because with doubles, you are not getting into there. Yeah, use a transmission without a retarder on it. They are similar, yes. And I've got a very, very, very good feeling that we are not going to get this load of doubles in here again. there I go. Stupid stuck again. Yep, not gonna work. Yeah, here's a lesson for you guys. Never pull doubles into a construction zone like this. Oh, and of course, I cannot do this because I am on an external contract. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. And that back trailer is just gonna jackknife on me, like it already is. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cancel this because I am not spending a ton of time trying to get a set of doubles in where it's not gonna fit. Anyways, guys, I am going to call it quits here for this evening. I do want to thank you for watching. The channel's name is Amazing ATS. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, slap that red subscribe button. Want a notification every time I upload a video or go live? Click that bell to enable notifications. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday nights. We will see you on the Flippity Flop. Wanderer, thank you so much for the comment there.